will reconvene at 6:07 p.m. Report of any action taken in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.1.
In closed session on a vote of 4-0, voted by Dwayne Nguyen, seconded by Keith Giles, the Board of Trustees approved the election of employee number 4-01. Also in closed session, the board approved by unanimous vote of 4-0 with 0 abstentions, settlement agreement with the parent in which the district agreed to provide the parent $20,000 in exchange for the parent's dismissal of a pending lawsuit against the district and release of any and all claims. Roll call vote was as follows. Ayes, Dwayne Nguyen, Keith Giles, Greg Tepe, and there were no nays and no abstentions.
Now we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance by Linda Brown, Assistant Principal of Promise Academy.
I was going to say, please stand, but everybody is. Okay, right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
With liberty and justice.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Next, we'll have the recognition Black Knowledge Bowl winners by Alicia Casey, Director of SEAO.
Hello. Good evening, board members, superintendent, assistant superintendents. Today we are recognizing our schools and winning teams that participated in the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl. I have here with me Jamal Brown, who is a local historian raised in the Antelope Valley area and is the creator of the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl and the Black 365 calendar.
I was just reminded that it's 2014, the first Black 365 Knowledge Bowl took place here in this district, and it's the home of where I'm from. Again, proud resident of East Lancaster. My son was a product of this district, so it only makes sense. I was looking back at my calendar this past month. 17 bowls up and down the state of California, at colleges and universities and other school districts. But again, I'm proud to say and honored to say that Lancaster School District again was the starting point, the jump off point for all the bowls that I now do up and down the state, even now nationwide. So thank you so much for the gracious opportunity. It's like those college bowl nights. It's not about me. It's these wonderful scholars that we have the pleasure to honor at this time.
So as a reminder, the Knowledge Bowl is a complete style game. It celebrates history, both past and present. And we are so excited that this is a friendly competition, but yes, there are winners. But we also have students that showcase their talents. So I do want to say thank you to Amargosa, El Dorado, Discovery, Joshua, Linda Verde, Mariposa, New Vista, Sunnydale. They all performed this year at the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl, either at the middle school competition, our preliminary rounds, or at our final round that we just had recently. We would also like to thank a 6th grade teacher, Miss James, who blessed us with the performance also. So this school year, we had 11 schools participate in either 4th through 8th grade. And thank you to all of the sites that participated, the families that participated by bringing their students, and also all of the staff members who came out to one of the nights. We thank you so much. And a special thank you to the coaches, because we could not have done this without them preparing their students, working with their students day after day after day, so that they could be prepared for the competition. So this year, we had a first place winner from our middle school competition and a first and second place winner from our elementary school competition. So now is the time when I call your school name. If the students, the coaches, and the administrators can all come forward, you're going to receive your school trophy. And we'll have all of the schools stay up here, and the families can come up and take a picture of all the school teams. And then we're going to ask the superintendent, executive cabinet, and the board members if you'll also step down to take a picture with our teams. So our first place team. Our first place team for a middle school competition, first time, Paiute Middle School. Thank you, Paiute. And if you don't mind huddling up over here, we're going to invite our other two teams. We'll take a picture of that at the end. And our second place team from our elementary division, we have Sunnydale Elementary. And again, our first place trophy for our elementary division goes to, for another year, El Dorado Elementary. So again, I want to congratulate the team. Thank you very much, site administrators, coaches, the board, executive cabinet, all of our district staff for your support. Families, you can come down and take pictures, and anyone else who would like to take pictures. And yes, if the board, superintendent, cabinet, executive cabinet members would like to come take pictures, please. Right. As we take the last picture, if you can please help me congratulate our students, our winners of the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl.
And again, congratulations to all the participants, all the schools, all the coaches, all the support. I had an opportunity with some of my colleagues here to attend the Black Knowledge Bowl. It was amazing. I believe that this year was one of the closest years that we've had, separating teams by as little as 150 points. So it was great. And if you didn't have an opportunity to see it, I hope that you make it out next year. And if you Black Knowledge Bowl students would like to leave, you can go ahead and do that right now. Everyone staying? What? This is gonna be awesome. Last chance. We'll only be here till midnight, so you can't stay. Give them just a moment to exit out. All right. Guys, stand in the back. You want to have a seat? Look, oh, we got some freedom up here. All right, so we'll be moving right along to our ACES Awards. Mr. Davis.
All right, Josh Kudiel, are you here? Okay, well, it's my pleasure tonight to recognize Josh Kudiel. He's a CPS at Early Childhood Education with an ACES Award from Dr. Fountain. And if you didn't know, ACES, it means that we are achieving a cultural exceptional service. So here's what Dr. Fountain said. When Josh first started, he was asked if he wanted to help with the California classified grant. He said yes, but Dr. Fountain doesn't think he knew what he said yes to. He's been helping ever since. But so Josh has been instrumental in supporting ECE, the classified staff, and ultimately the students, in addition to his regular job in the following ways. He communicates monthly with 2 partner universities to support tuition reimbursement for the employees. He regularly reaches out to the classified workforce and gives them details about reimbursements. He follows up to make sure every grant participant knows what to do to be successful. He reminds them gently when they forget something. I need Josh. He makes sure, and here's the important part, make sure that the money gets where it needs to be to our employees. So for many of the classified workforce, going to school is a commitment that they make despite the long hours, extra cost, and the hard work. Josh makes sure that each day their worries are reduced and lifts the financial burden. When Josh said yes to help with the grant in the beginning, Dr. Fountain thinks he's being polite. But in the end, on a daily basis, he helps our employees change their lives, and that is above and beyond worthy. Thank you, Josh, for what you do to make life better for our Lancaster classified family. And he was a student pilot when I was principal there.
Wow. Now we'll go to
Thank you. As of yesterday, our UTK through grade 8 enrollment was 13,943 students. Early learning enrollment was 460 for a total of 14,403. This is a gain of 56 from the last board report, but still a loss of 195 students from the same month last year. Of that population, 1,133 identify as homeless, 364 as foster, and 703 students have one or both parents who are part of the armed forces.
on to our curriculum highlights, Promise Academy, Parent Partnership and Connection by Principal Amy Wesley. Assistant Principal Linda Brown, and
Hey, good evening, Dr. Marietti, Board and Executive Cabinet. As most of you know, my name is Amy Westlake, and I'm the proud principal of the Extensive Supports Need Program, as well as Promise Academy. Promise Academy is in its third year of implementation as a specialized school for students who are medically fragile, as well as our intensive autism classrooms. Now, when we were considering a topic to do for curriculum highlights, we decided to share our most valued asset and the true indicator of the impact on our students, which is our families. So we're going to take a moment first to share our mission statement as it aligns with what our parents will be sharing with you tonight. So the mission statement of the Promise Academy is to prepare our students to grow and thrive, to reach their fullest potential, and a nurturing and supportive environment that is encouraging and motivating to all our students. Now I have the honor of introducing Assistant Principal Linda Brown, and she's going to share a little bit more about our family connection and partnerships which help our students succeed.
Good evening. As you well know, in most schools, families are an important part of the educational journey. Our families at Promise Academy are at the heart of everything we do. Building strong partnerships with them has been essential to our success. We recognize that students' progress and well-being are deeply intertwined with the support they receive at home. Our families are not only our partners in learning, but they are also key to creating a seamless and nurturing environment for our students. Our program's overall approach is holistic, focusing not just on academic development, but also on social emotional skills, functional skills, communication, and physical well-being. The involvement of our families helps ensure that all aspects of students' progress are aligned with the mission that Amy just shared. In turn, this strengthens the sense of belonging for our students and allows them to feel supported both in and outside of the classroom. Some of the ways we support our families is by providing them with typical experiences, with modifications, of course, that they may otherwise not have the opportunity to enjoy. Some examples of this that we do each year are during the holiday season, we host a pumpkin patch with arts and crafts and trick-or-treating, costume contest. During the Christmas holiday, Santa shows up and each child gets a gift and our families get to take a picture with Santa. And though that seems very typical for most of us, due to the disabilities that some of our children have, taking their child to the mall and getting that beautiful memory of a snapshot with Santa isn't always the easiest. So giving them that opportunity in the school environment is really meaningful for many of our parents. We've offered workshops and actually have an upcoming Books and Bagel opportunity for our parents where they will each be given a book about raising a child with a disability. These events are memories that are often missed out on by our families. Each event creates a partnership with families, leading to a sense of belonging, not only for the students, the families as well, so that they feel connected not only to their child's education, but to our program as a whole. We are very privileged tonight to have some very brave parents that are going to come and talk about their experience with Promise Academy. I'd like to introduce them in order, and then they'll just come up. So our first parent tonight is going to be Miss Serrano. She's the parent of Vlad, who attends Miss Riley's classroom. Then Miss Venegas will follow her. She's the parent of Pedro in Miss Diaz's classroom. Then Miss Delgadillo, who's the mother of Noah, who attends Miss Houston's classroom. And finally, we'll finish off the evening with Miss Collins, who is a parent of Micah in Miss Preston's class. So I'd like to have Miss Serrano start off for us.
Good evening. My name is Aida Serrano, and I am the mom of Vladimir Hernandez. Vladimir started the Promise Academy when he was 3 years old. When Vladimir started at the Promise Academy, he was so small and very fragile. He was barely able to hold his head up. He couldn't bear his weight at all. He would hardly play with toys, and very little to no interactions with others. When we started our journey at the Promise Academy, I was a bit nervous due to his health and communication difficulties. I prayed so much for Vladimir to have a great team behind him. Immediately, I learned how the Promise Academy worked. Each student received individual care and attention. This helped Vladimir progress quickly, academically, and physically. Within months, he became very interactive, communicating more and starting to show signs of learning. Meeting and setting new goals for him. Over the last 3 years, Vladimir has shown major improvements. He now crawls, scoots at a very fast pace. He can burn his weight with discipline. He has learned a few colors and numbers. He learned how to operate switches and now he loves turning the lights on and off. His communication has improved tremendously. Even though he's still nonverbal, his mood and actions, he will let you know in his own way when he wants more or less of something, or when he's all done. I love seeing his excitement to be at school every morning as we pull into the parking lot. To Ms. Riley, his team of therapists, his nurses, and Ms. Westlake, I cannot thank you enough for all the love and help and support you have given my family. Each and every one of you has played a very important role in getting Vladimir to where he is today. So thank you, Promise Academy, for providing the safe space for our children to learn and grow. Thank you.
Everyone, I am Adriana Carranza from Promise Academy. This is Mrs. Venegas. She will be sharing her story in Spanish, and I will be helping to translate it.
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Dayana Venegas. Soy la mamá de Pedro Chávez, quien a los 3 años fue diagnosticado con autismo severo, lo cual hacía que se autolastimara. En el 2020 nos mudamos a la ciudad de Lancaster y Pedro fue recibido a la escuela de Miller bajo un programa de IP. Y cada día era más difícil para que Pedro estuviera en esa escuela. Así que ellos dieron a Pedro la oportunidad de ser elegido a una evaluación con profesionales en un centro de Los Ángeles, California, el cual, aparte de autismo, diagnosticaron a Pedro que su mente era la mente de un niño de 2 a 3 años. Y eso hacía que en Miller no hubiera un programa adecuado a sus necesidades. Pedro fue recomendado asistir a The Promise Academy, en la cual crearon un programa de aprendizaje que estuviera a la capacidad de mi hijo. Pedro ha tenido grandes avances en el habla, ya que él no hablaba ni en inglés ni español. Y ahora él es una persona bilingüe gracias a su apoyo en la escuela. Y eso ha hecho que sus comportamientos disminuyan, ya que eso hacía que se frustrara al no poder comunicarse. Ahora conoce los números, las letras, palabras e interactuar con más personas. Sabe leer y está aprendiendo matemáticas. No digo que todo está perfecto, pero gracias al apoyo de cada miembro de esa escuela, mi hijo cada día solo mejora, ya que cuenta con personas capacitadas que han logrado sacar lo mejor de él. Gracias. Y necesitamos más personas y apoyos como el que brinda la promesa.
Hey everyone, my name is Dayana Venegas, who at 3 years old was diagnosed with severe autism. Due to this disability, it has caused him to self-harm. We moved to the city of Lancaster, California, and Pedro was enrolled to Miller Elementary School under an IEP program. And every day it was more difficult for Pedro to be in that school. So they gave Pedro the opportunity to be chosen for an evaluation with professionals at a center in Los Angeles, California. Aside from autism, they also diagnosed Pedro having a mind of a 2 to 3-year-old child. And that meant that in Miller, there was no program adequate to his needs. Pedro was recommended to attend the Promise Academy, in which they created a learning program that was within my son's capacity. Pedro has made great progress in speech, considering that he did not speak English or Spanish. Now he is a bilingual person, and thanks to his support at school. Improved improving his verbal skills has also improved his behavior. He would often become frustrated by not being able to communicate. Now he knows numbers, letters, words, and interacts with more people. He knows how to read and is learning math. I'm not saying that everything is perfect, but thanks to the support of each member at that school, my son only improves every day, since he has the trained professionals who have managed to bring out the best in him. Thank you. We need more people and support like that provided by the Promise Academy.
Good evening. My name is Natalie Delgadillo, and I'm the mother of Noah Febro, who started attending Promise Academy in 2022. Noah was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder at 2 weeks old. He had a trait in G2 playlist in order to thrive in life. Once I became a special needs parent, it was a journey that was scary and different. Early on, it was explained to me it would take a village to help teach, motivate, and support my son to continue to fight to do basic normal functions. To give a backstory, I was in the hospital with Noah for 3 months, and upon discharge, I did everything to make sure I was by my son 24/7. I worked alongside regional and doctors to make sure he was receiving therapies and services to help with his development. Once I heard he had aged out of the regional center and now would enter the school system on his own, made me completely terrified. As a mother who has been by his side since day one, knowing I would have to trust school staff to provide the same treatment as I do was nerve-wracking. I hoped he would be treated with the same compassion and devotion, and my main concern with Noah was nonverbal and couldn't tell me if something was wrong. Upon entering Promise Academy, I can say he has been treated with love, compassion, and provided all the services he needs in order to live a productive life. Things I thought my son would never have, such as a group of friends or a school dance or a Halloween parade, Promise Academy has provided for him. They have been the utmost respectful to me and my son and have always had open communication to inform me of my son's progress. I would recommend Promise Academy to any parent with a special needs child. I can stand here today and say not only is Promise Academy his school, but I stand here today saying that they are part of Noah's village, who love, care, and seek the best interest for my son. Thank you.
Board members, dedicated staff. I'm honored to speak with you today as Micah's parent and biggest advocate, a title I wear with immense pride and gratitude. Micah is a happy, energetic, and soon-to-be 9-year-old boy, and while his journey has been filled with unique challenges, being born with agenesis of the corpus callosum, a rare neurological impairment that does not have a lot of studies or history about. His spirit and determination still shine brightly. He approaches each day with contagious enthusiasm and an eagerness to learn that inspires everyone around him. Those who have worked with Micah, especially his teacher, Ms. Preston, always speaks of the joy he brings and how persuasive he can be. Although he is nonverbal, he speaks volumes with his beautiful big brown eyes, proving that with the right support, environment, and encouragement, that he can overcome any obstacles that once seemed unsurmountable. It's his progress reminds us that success isn't always measured by traditional milestones, but by the courage to try, the perseverance to succeed, and the joy of discovering new abilities. Promise Academy has played a pivotal role in nurturing his strengths and addressing his challenges. And we have been especially fortunate to have Ms. Preston and the supporting staff guiding him through his journey. This program is more than a school. It's a community that empowers Micah to communicate in ways that suit him best. Whether exploring alternative communication methods, engaging with his peers on his own terms, or simply batting those expressive eyes. Micah is growing in confidence and capability. His love and compassion has approached him and helped him break through barriers and enriched our entire family's life. Because of the supportive environment, dedicated educators, Micah feels safe to be himself and to strive for his dreams. Your belief in personalized education and support makes all the difference. As Micah continues with Promise Academy, his potential, just like his peers, is unlocked when given the right opportunities. I am deeply grateful that Micah has been able to grow and thrive in this program. His journey is a testament to resilience, and every small victory is worth celebrating. With continued advocacy and support, I believe in all children like him will achieve great things. Thank you for your time, your dedication to our children, and to the role you play in shaping their future. I look forward to seeing Micah continue to grow and shine under your guidance and partnership. Thank you.
In conclusion, we're incredibly grateful for the strong connections we have formed with our families. These relationships are foundational to our success, and we look forward to continuing to grow together, ensuring that our students grow and thrive. Does the board have any questions? All right, well, that's the end of our presentation. We can just take a moment. We just wanted to have families that presented tonight with some flowers.
Good job. Thank you for sharing with us. I love the stories and the pictures too. That went along with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Promise Academy. As a parent of an exceptional child that dealt with autism all of his life, amazing what you do. I wish I had those resources available to me 30 years ago. And I understand what it means for people to tell you that your child will not accomplish certain goals. I remember when they told me that my son would never go to a regular school, never graduate. Needless to say, he excelled exceptionally through Lancaster School District, through Nancy Cord, through Endeavor, graduated from Lancaster High School with honor. So I know it's possible. So I think if you guys, unless you want to hear all our budget reports, you're more than free to leave at this moment. Otherwise, you're here till midnight. Now we'll move on to presentations, request report, proposal reports. We have a second interim budget report. Leah, welcome.
Good evening, board members, superintendent, and executive cabinet, and audience. Pleased to present to you the 24-25 second interim budget report for the Lancaster School District. As you can see on the first slide, the second interim assumptions, I chose to show you this slide because from the first interim to the second interim, there were some changes on the COLA percentage. So as you can see from the 2 consecutive years on the multi-year, 25-26 and 26-27, there's a difference. And the first interim, the 25-26 COLA was 2.93. And we learned in January at the governor's budget, that the COLA was reduced by 0.5. That leave us with a COLA on the second interim budget for 25-26 of 2.43%. So it's a reduction. And then on 26-27 fiscal year, we learned that it went up by 0.44%, the COLA. All these numbers, the two consecutive years, so 25-26 and 26-27 are projections. Our current fiscal year, 24-25, is not affected. It's the same COLA. Now, I would like to go over with you on the changes on the STIRS and PERS. On the first interim, we have the STIRS plateau at 19.10 for the last 5 years. And then on the PERS, we built the budget on 24-25 at 27.05. And we kept it the same way for the second interim. And then on the 25-26, which is a projection, on the first interim, we built the budget at 27.6, and we learned that it went down by 0.20, so 27.40 is reflected on the PERS for the second interim. Now, on the first interim, 26-27, for PERS, we built it at 28%, and we learned that it's projecting to decrease by 0.5. So on the second interim, the PERS on the multi-year are reflected at 27.5. All these rates are subject to changes based on determination by the respective governing board. These numbers are extracted from the school services of California. Now, this is what I like. This is the second interim revenue. It's in millions. It's the exciting part. So the LCFF, which is our biggest bucket of revenue, we get that revenue because we have a high unduplicated count of children. And that represents 68% of our total revenues. And it's equal up $191.4 million. Now we go to the federal. The federal is 7%, represents 7% of our total revenues, which is equivalent to $18.2 million. So you see the reduction from prior years, right? Okay. And the reason is because the ESSER funds are not there anymore. We're not accounting for it. We spend them already. Okay. Now we go to the state. The state has 19%, which it's equivalent to $53.5 million. The state is showing an increase. Yes, indeed. Why? It's because we have ELO, which now is $24 million. And we also have the community grant and other grants. Now we go into the local revenue, which is 6% and equates to $16.5 million. So our total revenues budgeted for the second interim on 24-25 fiscal year are $279.6 million. Okay, so now we go to the expenditures. Okay, I know this is a little scary, but no, it's not. Let me tell you why it's not. The total expenditures are $324.81. Okay, well, let's remember something. Remember, we've been carrying all these ESSER funds that we have to liquidate at September 30th, 2024. Bingo, that's this fiscal year. So we have to liquidate all those one-time funds. That's why our expenditures have to be greater than our revenues. Okay? Okay, so now let me walk you through. The certificated salaries represent 32% of our expenditures, which are $104.05 million. Our classified salaries are 15%, which is $47.07 million. Our employees' benefits for both buckets represent 22% of our total expenditures, which are $68.02 million. So if you add up all the percentages on salaries and benefits, it equates to 68%. Normally, when we don't have one-time funds and we're not liquidating all these revenues from prior years, our salaries and benefits are about 87%. I don't know if you guys remember before COVID, that's what we had. Right now, because we are liquidating so many funds from other prior years, our salaries look like they're less, but they are not because the dollar amount is being increasing actually. Okay? All right, so now our expenditures in books and supplies, which are the 4,000, represent 9%, which are $32.05 million. And our contracts and services, which are our 5,000s, represent 17%, which are $54.07 million. The reason why our 5,000s are a little high is because we have the ELOP program, which we liquidated 2 fiscal years, plus the ESSER, and we have providers. So the providers have to be contracted. Okay. And then we have the capital outlay, which are our 6,000s, is $15.42 million, and all other outgo is $4.13 million. So our total expenditures, $324.81 million. Okay, so this is the multi-year projection. The multi-year projection starts with the 24, 25, 25, 26, 26, 27. We're mandated to project on a 3-year basis. The first fiscal year, which is this fiscal year, our revenue, as I went over with you, is 279.61. Our salaries and benefits are 219.13, and all other expenditures are 105.68. Our total expenditures, as I went over with you, is 324.81. So we started at the beginning of the year with an ending fund balance from prior year, which is beginning fund for this year, of 163.89. Remember? Okay. And we have the net decrease of 45.20, which is a deficit spending. Why do we have a deficit spending? Because we liquidated all those grants, all those one-time funds for ESSER and 2 years of ELOP. Those revenues were not accounted this year. They were accounted prior years, so therefore they're reflected as a deficit spending. Okay? Our ending fund balance is 118.69. Out of that, the components of the ending fund balance are 71.27 are restricted. And then we have all the assignments, leaving us with a reserve for economic uncertainties of $18.91 million. Our reserve is represents 5.82% when we only have to have 3%. Our 3% of our expenditures will be $9.74 million, but we have 18.9. Okay, so now the middle year, which is when the call out goes down and our revenues goes down. On the middle year, our revenue goes 263.22. So there's a reduction there. Okay, and that's all due because of the COLA. Now we have salaries and benefits at 215.54. And you might think, why are the salaries going down? Well, they're going down because this multi-year projection on the first year, which is this fiscal year, is showing the settlement already. It's booked already the settlement on negotiations for TAL and for unrepresented. Okay, and so because we have a one-time funds that we pay them, now for next fiscal year we have to reduce it and just add the step-in column, which is 2%. Okay, so it's 215.54. And then we have all other expenditures, 72.75. You see the difference on the all other expenditures? The reason is because we liquidated the funding, the one-time funds this fiscal year. Next fiscal year, we are not going to liquidate all these ESSER grants. We're going to continue to liquidate ELO, but not to that extent to what it was $80 million for the ESSER. Okay? So now our ending fund balance is 93.62, which 56.07 is restricted. As you can see, the restricted jumps from 71 to 56 because we liquidated the funds. And then we have the same assignments, leaving us with $11.91 million for the reserve. So our reserve for that fiscal year is 4.13. Now, if we go to the next year, which is 26-27, the revenue goes up again. And the reason why is because COLA is going up again. It's projected to go again up, little by little. So by recuperating the COLA, our revenue goes up to 272.57. Not quite the same as 24-25, but it's going up. And then our expenditures for the salaries, now you can see that's only from 215 to 280 is a 2% step on column, okay? And then you have 73.75 and all other expenditures. That's only by COLA. I only increase it by COLA. So the total expenditures are 292.27. The ending fund balance from prior year becomes the beginning fund balance for the new year, 93.62. And then we have a deficit of 19.70. Why do we still have a deficit, Maria? Well, because ELO, remember when I presented the first interim, I told you ELO, now they're giving us 2 years. So they give us 2 years ago the grants and we can spend it now. And so the next year, so which was last year, we have 2 more years. So it's always going to show a deficit spending, okay? Because we're not receiving the income the same year. We're spending prior year's income, okay? And then we have the ending fund balance for the third year out, 73.91. And the components on the ending fund balance, the restricted is 37.58, so it's going down again. And we have all the assignments, leaving us with a reserve for economic absenteeism of $10.7 million, 3.66%. So we have a positive certification. The district is allowed, can meet current year and 2 subsequent years obligations. So we're good. Any questions so far? I like questions. Yes, please.
Earlier in the year, the governor announced a budget deficit for this year. Have they made any changes on that or predictions for other?
Not officially, we have heard that COLA is going to go down more to 0.22. I'm glad to be able to tell you that we have assignments and we are prepared. So our district is in a very healthy position. We're fiscally solvent. And as I told you before, and you approved today, the fiscal stabilization plan. That fiscal stabilization plan, what it does is we all meet, all the administration meets together and we evaluate what programs need to continue and what can we do to enhance and what can we do to save and fiscally responsibly budget every single function that we have and every single resource. We will hear from the governor again in May. In May, they will give me the final numbers, but I don't expect to be steep at all. We don't. Okay, but we are prepared. We meet the reserve and with our assignments. Remember, we identify expenditures and we save for those expenditures. Okay. Any other question? Okay. So now the multi-year projection assumptions. It goes from the COLA, and I disclose all the changes, and then all the way to CSEA, California School Employees Association negotiation, is ongoing. So it's not, the number is not projected into the multi-year projection. It will be, I'm assuming, next reporting. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
We'll have Cindy with integrated technology update.
Good evening, President Sarson, Superintendent Marietti, Board of Trustees, Cabinet members, and esteemed guests. My name is Cindy Queen. I am the director of the AIM department, that is Assessment, Integrated Technology, and Multilingual Learner Programs. This evening, the integrated technology coaches and I are excited to introduce an innovative new platform we've been working on. This interactive learning tool uniquely combines physical activity with digital content using a floor-based system displayed here in front of us tonight. It enables students to actively engage in educational activities, fostering deeper involvement and improving learning outcomes. We are truly excited to witness this transformative impact this technology will have on our classrooms and its experiences, or their experiences. So without further ado, let me go ahead and have my team come up and they will introduce themselves as they are about to speak.
Good evening. Thanks for having us out tonight. I'm Caitlin May, and I'm one of the technology integration coaches, and we are part of the Assessment and Integrated Technology Multilingual Learner Programs Department. Our team's focus on the integration of technology throughout the educational journey and experience. We support technology in the classrooms from kindergarten and using codable robots to taking students on virtual reality trips and maximizing teacher potential and collaborating with them on how to best use their ViewSonic interactive boards to provide engaging lessons. We look at bringing new exciting ways to learn using technology and are the go-to support for our teachers and staff with any and all of our educational programs. Our team provides professional development focused on technology use for both certificated and classified staff, as well as works hand in hand with all teachers and students in classrooms providing model technology lessons. One of the most important roles of our team is to help develop the technology throughout our curriculum. Taking our curriculum and making it more engaging, fun, and accessible through technology is how we connect with our Lancaster learners and encourage growth. We are excited to share with you some new technology that our team is introducing to our Lancaster students, as it is a unique, interactive, fun way of learning.
I am Jen Patterson. So what exactly is an active floor? It's an interactive learning tool that transforms our floor into a dynamic touch-sensitive space. So it uses motion sensors and allows students to engage with educational content through physical movement. Whether they're solving math problems, exploring science concepts, or enhancing teamwork, the active floor fosters active learning, creativity, and collaboration. So this interactive tool supports kinesthetic learners and brings a fun hands-on element to the classroom, helping students stay engaged and learning through play. It's an exciting addition to our integrated technology toolkit, and that promotes both physical activity and academic growth. So basically, an active floor is game-based learning. So what exactly is it? Why does it matter? It's an approach that uses games to teach educational content, making learning more engaging and more interactive. It combines fun and challenge, allowing students to learn through exploration, problem solving, and creativity. Research supports its effectiveness. Studies have shown that students in gamified environments demonstrate higher levels of engagement, motivation, and retention of knowledge. For instance, a 2013 study found that students using gamified learning scored higher on tests compared to those in traditional settings. In addition, game-based learning helps to improve critical thinking and problem-solving skills while motivating students to stay focused. This approach is especially beneficial for low-performing students, showing increased achievements in subjects like math. By incorporating game elements, we can create a dynamic, motivating learning experience that not only makes learning enjoyable, but also improves our students' academic outcomes.
Good evening. I'm Iman Khalil, one of the integrated technology coaches here. Allow me to highlight some of the features of the Active Floor. It is a web-based full-body game platform designed to support multiple subject areas of the learning objective. It has an embedded library that offers the educators the ability to customize their game. It is a user-friendly platform offering collaborative and individual play options. Next is Jenny to take us through the curriculum integration ideas.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jenny. So this innovative technology offers flexibility across various subjects. It can be used for summative reviews, or even if it's just a quick daily exit ticket. There are a few ways Active Floor can make an impact. In math, interactive games are designed to enhance concept comprehension, improve memory, sharpen critical thinking skills, and build both independent and collaborative problem-solving skills. In science and history,
The interactive learning games facilitate comprehensive review of key science topics and historical content at all grade levels. And in language arts, vocabulary and grammar challenge games can be designed to help students review academic vocabulary, retell or sequence stories, and learn sentence structure. It is also a powerful tool for multilingual learners by making language acquisition more engaging, accessible, and interactive. It offers multi-sensory learning, encourages oral language development by verbal communication and peer collaboration. It boosts retention by linking concepts to actions and reinforces listening and speaking skills in a natural and low filter setting. Active Floor is also great for social emotional learning, physical education, art, or music.
Hello again. To get started, you will need an Active Floor device, a web browser, an Active Floor login, some basic digital literacy skills. And for a great experience, find the lighting and flooring. Bring along your creativity, imagination, and your willingness to play. Next is Marshall. What's in store for the Active Floor play?
My name is Marshall Zahn. I'm one of the integrated technology coaches. One of the great things about our department is being able to bring in new technology, pilot it, see how kids react to it, and what it can do for our district. We did bring it in tonight with the hopes of bringing down a couple board members to experience this and compete against a couple of our team members this evening. It is great technology. It's highly engaging for students. We did bring it up to Nancy Corey already and tested out with a couple students who went back and ranted and raved about how much fun they had doing curricular games with us. So we are going to be piloting this. If you're interested in seeing it used in students, contact us. We'll let us know where we're using it. There's a possibility we'll be at Desert View's family night with this next week and testing it out with students there. Currently, our plan long-term is to check this out to site administrators. We only have 2 of these, not allowing them to bring it into their school and use it for events and family nights or rotating classrooms through for curricular review type games. So are there any questions for us at this point? If not, we'd like to play them. Great, couple of you want. How this particular game works, it's science questions. And if you stand on the first ladder run, it'll pop up with a question for you to answer. And you just have to step on the question. If you get it right, a new ladder run will appear and another question will appear. If you get it wrong, you got to start all over again. The great thing for this for teachers and students is that we can customize these games and actually make it relevant for whatever the kids are learning. They can actually customize, create questions, and put it in. There's actually like 10 different games that can be played. This is just one of the style of games, and they can all be customized to whatever is going on in the school or event or what the kids are learning.
There you go.
All right, so you can get a general idea with just about this one game. There are a number of games on here. It's a great activity. So we're excited to get this out in our district and see how it can help the students with.
Thank you so much for your time. Do you have any questions? Okay. Thank you.
So much. Awesome. We'll move on to our Black History Month highlights. So to Casey. Right there, student. Sinatra. Team.
It's a busy night. Good evening again. So today we were already fortunate to recognize our students and schools that participated in the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl. And now we get to recognize the celebrations across the district that occurred during Black History Month.
It's just a
People say we never have any excitement. You guys glad you came to?
So welcome back in.
Yes,
All right.
welcome back, Ms. Casey.
So welcome back in as we recognize the celebrations across the district that occurred during Black History Month. But first, we want to highlight some of the support within our district that helps strengthen our ability to celebrate the diversity in our community, especially during Black History Month. So first, I would like to introduce you to the Student Equity, Access, and Outcomes team. You have myself, I'm Alicia Casey. I'm the Director of Student Equity, Access, and Outcomes. You also have the mighty Bess, who's not here with us today, but she's our administrative secretary too. We also have Harmony Bell, which is our MTSS TOSA. Harmony. She is our multi-tiered system of support teacher on special assignment. And then we also have Daniel Gayfield, our district family ambassador, and that is the team of the Student Equity Department. So within our department, we uphold our equity goal in the strategic plan that states that we will ensure equity and access for every student by engaging in inclusive policies and practices, eliminating barriers to student success, and provide personalized support. Some of the ways that this goal is actualized is through professional development and follow-up support, mentoring programs, coaching, and partnering with our African American advisory councils. One focus areas is providing professional development for staff that has a direct impact on student success, but it also is connected to the California standards for the teaching profession. We have partnered with different departments such as the Pupil Safety and Attendance Department, the Special Education Department, and the Curriculum Instruction and Assessment Department to provide PDs such as restorative practices, inclusive practices 101, and focal student and equity approach. We've also partnered this year with our Teachers Association with TAO, and we've provided PDs such as supporting foster students and removing barriers to learners through UDL. Other PDs include literature and culturally relevant pedagogy, and just recently we started sessions on culturally responsive math practices. We also have the opportunity to partner with different community organizations. And for the past 2 years, we're thankful for 5 of our sites that have partnered with organizations within our community to provide mentoring for our students. This looks like either supporting them inside of the classroom during unstructured time and or facilitating sessions. Now, Harmony Bell, our MTSS TOSA, was instrumental in connecting us to Project Joy, and now she's going to come and talk with you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Harmony Bell, and I have been teaching for over 20 years, but this is my first year in the Student Equity Department. This year has been a capacity building year for me. As the multi-tiered systems of support, teacher on special assignment, I am focusing on 2 key goals from the teacher on special assignment standards. The first goal that I am working on is engaging in reflective conversations about race, culture, and diversity to enhance instruction and provide every student with the support they need for academic, social, and emotional success. The second goal that I'm working on is to help strengthen teacher capacity to deliver equitable, inclusive instruction through culturally relevant pedagogy. I have been seeking out opportunities to provide one-on-one coaching support in this area. One group that I have been able to do this with is within our Black Educator Teacher Residency Program. This year, the residents have been focusing on fostering positive relationships and maintaining high expectations. Thank you.
So 4 of our better mentors are also our African American Advisory Council site reps. And Daniel has been instrumental in working with them this school year. And he's going to talk to you about how they're engaging families.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Gatfield. I'm the Family Ambassador for the district with a goal to increase, plan, and prepare families and students engagement opportunities. Recognizing the importance of family and community engagement is a collaborative effort between families, community members, and school sites. I've had the lovely opportunity to work with our AAAC site reps from Desert View with their Kwanzaa holiday event, which you'll see some examples on the slideshow. Jeff Northrop with their Read for Fun event, Mariposa with their Real Men Read event as well. Moving right along, to celebrate Black History Month, students have the opportunity to showcase their talents through song, dance, and exhibiting their other gifts in talent shows, showcase performances, and more. Some examples include what you'll see on the screen is Monta Vista with their Black History Cookout, Joshua with their Black History program, which was facilitated by Miss Tanae Thetford, which is one of our AAAC parents who supported their AAAC site rep, Miss Manley, at the Joshua site. Our Paiute Middle School with their AAAC community event, and Mariposa, their AAAC talent show. Continuing the celebration of Black History Month, we also wanted to emphasize on community through unity building events, such as our February 1st Family Day community event, our Fulton Alsbury Black History Month game night, coordinated by our ASB team, Sierra Elementary School with their AAAC movie night, and Lincoln with their AAAC Family Arts and Crafts night, which you'll see also on the screen. Thank you.
So these are just some of the examples of the celebrations that happen across our district during Black History Month. And we know that Black History Month should be celebrated all year long. And so we are excited to see how this is integrated throughout the year. But also, as celebration of Black History Month, students engaged in learning of African American and African past and current history through living museums, the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl, which we awarded tonight, and then also a variety of lessons in the classroom. And so we hope that you were able to get out to some of the sites and see all of the events that occurred during that time. So we would like to thank all of the admin for their support, some for even making sure these celebrations happen. And we definitely want to recognize our AAAC site reps, who I see some of them are filmed. Shout out to two of our Project Joy mentors that helped Paiute win the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl. We have one in the back up there. We appreciate them not only for celebrating through Black History Month, but also coming together and working and engaging with families all year long. We appreciate the board and all the district staff who joined in during these celebrations, and we thank Bart and Dr. Marietti for your continued support of the Student Equity Department and of Black History Month. Thank you very much.
Okay. For the individual action items business, approval of the 2024-25 fiscal stabilization plan. Get a motion?
Moved.
Motion by Mr. Giles, second by Mr. Nguyen. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Adoption of resolution 2024 to 2025.29, approving of the uncommitted fund balance for technology upgrades. Motion by Mrs. Usler, second by Mr. TP. All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions or hope? Motion passes 5-0. Adoption of resolution 2024-2025 30, approval of uncommitted fund balance for future playground replacement. Motion?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Nguyen, second by Mr. Giles. All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions? Motion passes 5-0. Adoption of resolution 2024 to 2025.31, approving of uncommitted fund balance for school reconditioning. Motion by Mr. Usler, second by Mr. Nguyen. All in favor?
Aye.
Question? Motion passes 5-0. Approval of ratification of agreement with. Go ahead. Cipriani and Warner. You see? Hope I got it right. Motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Giles, second by Mr. TP. All in favor? Question?
There's actually two pieces to this item. There's the law firm that would represent us should, let me back up. There's the first piece, which is the company that's doing the forensic analysis of our systems to determine if there were any incursions from this recent onslaught of phishing attacks. These thus far have done outstanding work, and we gave them the go-ahead to dig a little bit deeper. The law firm, who's the other piece of this, if we have to look deeper into employee records, anything that's confidential nature, they will guide us through that, navigating that, especially in case we've learned that there was some sort of breach. At this point, we do not believe it, but these two companies work in tandem together to allow us to dig deep into our systems to see if we did actually suffer any sort of breach.
Thank you, Mr. Freed. All in favor?
Okay.
Motion passes 5-0. Individual action items, human resources, approve of declaration of need for fully qualified educators. Motion by Mr. TP, second by Ms. Usler. All in favor?
Aye.
Question? Motion passes 5-0. Addressing the board. Individuals who wish to address the board may complete a speaker card and present it, and any supporting documents to the superintendent's assistant or other district official prior to the start of the meeting. Personal information such as a student, parent, guardian's name, address, phone number, date of birth, email address, or other directory information as defined in Education Code 49061 may be excluded from the minutes of the meeting by submitting a written request to the superintendent. The board president shall recognize individuals who wish to speak. Individuals wishing to present testimony to the board concerning specific items on the agenda may do so once the item has been moved, seconded, and is on the floor for discussion. Time limits of 3 minutes per person, 20 minutes per item shall be allowed. Board bylaws 9322. Board members may ask questions for clarification purposes. However, no action may be taken or no discussion may take place on an item not on the posted agenda. Brown Act. On the comments, TA. CSEA. Welcome.
Good evening, esteemed members of the school board, my fellow CSEA brothers and sisters, students and families of the Lancaster School District. My name is Maria Ishu, and I'm the Vice President of CSEA Lancaster Chapter 297, and I'm here with our Chapter President, Christina Riley. We are both honored to be here tonight to represent our dedicated classified staff. As you know, we are one, we are strong, and we are the resilient workforce present in every community school site to ensure the best possible support for our students, their families, and our community. We are made up of office assistants, ambassadors, and liaisons who have the direct contact with our student families to identify and address their needs to bridge the socio and economic gaps and overcome barriers by connecting them with the resources offered throughout the community. Where many students may feel insecure and unsafe in their own home and family environments, our classified staff, like our campus supervisors and supervision aides, are there to provide safety and supervision on campus, while our child nutrition workers are there to help serve up diverse and nutritious meals from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Within our workforce lies the 16 classifications of para-educators who support students with individualized and special needs to promote and enhance their social and emotional environment while engaging students to meet their educational goals. Our health clerks and LVNs not only help our students with their daily meds, procedures, health and physical needs, but also educate parents on critical screenings, early detection and prevention of health concerns that could pose as a barrier for student learning. Many of our classified staff that are behind the scenes, but are also an essential part of the success of this district. We have our secretaries who fill substitutes, coordinate schedules, events, and even employment onboarding. Our budget techs and CPSs make sure every site has supplies they need. Our custodians, maintenance, and grounds workers provide clean, safe, and functioning spaces for our students to learn and our staff to work. Our site techs are constantly having to change gears to assist staff as technology develops. Our librarians enhance literacy district-wide. These are just a few of our very own non-teacher staff that make the district run. We are the backbone of this district, and we intend to stay. We are here to say that despite the hardships we endure, the disproportionate wages we are dealt with, and in this unrelenting economy, we're still here for the students, families, community, and we all deserve livable wages. I thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today, and I look forward to our negotiations next week. Good evening.
Thank you, Marie. We have Tal.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see all the presentations tonight. I wanted to kind of give a couple shout outs, actually a few. We had a really good bargaining session this year. I was very happy. I feel like we've made progress over the last couple of years. I wanted to give a special shout out to payroll. I know that they don't always get a lot of recognition, but we always appreciate how hard they work. And I know that it is a lot of extra work for them when negotiations close. So just if you all could just kind of give them a thumbs up to see them as well. And lastly, Firstly, I just wanted to say how nice it's been this year working with Alicia and our district and TAL equity team. I feel like, we're getting some things implemented and we want to be able to bring out, more training and more supports for all of the staff in the district. That will help with the teachers and help with students, help with student interaction relationships. So thank you and have a good evening.
Comments from the audience?
There are no comments this evening.
Move on to consent agenda items. 16A to 16C. Motion by Mr. Giles, second by Mr. Nguyen. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Consent agenda items, business items 17A through 17I. Motion by Mr. TP, second by Ms. Buford. All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions? Motion passes 5-0. Consent agenda items, education services, items 18A through 18M. Get a motion? Motion by Mr. Giles, second. Second by Mr. TP, all in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Consent agenda items, human resource services, items 19A. Motion by Mr. Nguyen, second by Mr. Giles. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes 5-0. Consent agenda items, student and family services, items 20A through 20C. Motion by Mr. Nguyen. Second by Mrs. Usler. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Legislation policy discussion. Move on. Comments? Mr. Giles.
Thank you guys all for coming out for this fun-filled evening of workmanship and awards and whatnot. But anyway, congratulations to our BKB winners. That was fun to go to one of the, I guess, the finals, and it was fun to watch. And I got to see one of the Amigos Creek. They did a little thing, and I got to see my daughter. So it was like a win-win. Got to be a parent and a board member, so that was fun. ACES, congratulations to our ACES recipient. The Columbus Academy, that's really cool to see the parents talking about how much they love how much your staff takes care of their kids. Very, very, very nice. Really cool presentation with the parents talking about their kids and showing their family, and very, very cool. Thanks to Maria for the budget update. Always good to see we're doing okay. Integrated update with the active floor mat, very cool. See where the kids would really like that. Like that'll be a fun thing. And I guess we'll appreciate the CSEA's comments and so PTA's comments just about what's going on in the district. And I hope we can get everybody up to, we can take care of everybody to keep everybody happy. Anyway, thank you.
Mr. Nguyen.
Little to everything you just said. It's good to see there was a 56 student enrollment increase since the last board meeting. That's good. really good. We're working upwards, slow start, but we're on the upward trend. The 365 Knowledge Bowl, telling you, Jamal Brown, Alicia Casey put together a fantastic event with David also. Daniel? It was a fantastic event. Not the first night they would run out of pizza. There were so many people there. But they didn't even with me there. Josh, for the ECE ACES Award, congratulations, even though you're not here. I hope that gets back to you. And the Promise Academy, Amy, you and Linda do a fantastic job. And having those parents come here and talk about it, that was heartwarming, really heartwarming. Shows the district, shows what our district is about. That is family members. I appreciate that. Appreciate Carla for all your work on all the photographing you do, all the Facebooking you do, and keeping keeping myself on what's happening. We have a very good superintendent, Dr. Marietti, keeps board members up to date. Always something we asked for and wanted for years. Started getting a good glimpse of how well he's doing that job. Understand your teachers got their extra paycheck today.
They did.
See that.
We'll spend it on candy.
And my daughter was very pleased. She came home not early from school, but came home so she could go to the bank. To CSEA. Glad to see you have new blood. I hope that they take you down the right path.
One, Mr. With everything that's been said, it was a great board meeting. Thank you for CSEA and Cal for all your input and all the hard work that everyone puts into our district. It's much appreciated, and I'm looking forward to the negotiations and working through that. Great presentations. It's exciting to see all the activities we had for Black History Month. The Knowledge Bowl, I've been to a couple of those. They're really exciting, and the families and parents and all the staff that are involved in is incredible. And this year I had a chance to go to the hip hop bingo, and I highly recommend that if you haven't been to one. It was a lot of fun, and it was a great program. The technology update was neat. I'm glad they're bringing in new technology to involve the students and everything. And also it was great to hear the positive budget report. Thank you to Maria and everything for the working to keep that date. Thank you.
So many tonight, and they were all amazing. I want to call out first probably me and Linda and Amy and that you brought in. They articulated what they're going through so wonderful. I can see it. And the fact that you have created a safe space for their children and for them to grow is just amazing. So I thank you for that because that's a hard role as a parent. And then to have that support is so, so important. Second, interim budget report. Maria, you do a wonderful job. I really appreciate it. It's easy to understand and you challenge us to ask questions. That's great. That's Black Knowledge Bowl and Jamal, Alicia. That is always so wonderful. I wasn't able to attend, as much as I wanted to this year, but I'm definitely going to be looking forward to it next year. Absolutely wonderful. And I've talked to a couple of the principals, and it was so exciting for them, to be involved in that as well. So I thank you for that. Indeed. And the integrative technology, that board is amazing. That looks like it would be a whole lot of fun. And to be able to devote your time to actually looking at those things, putting those things together for the schools is cultural responsive practices, Alicia, and providing that type of training to our teachers, to our staffs, to whoever is there to receive it. It was great listening to that and hearing about what's going on. CSEA and TAL, I'm glad you got checks today. That's wonderful. To our teachers. Just TAL. Right? Yes. I'm sorry. I should put that together. TAL. And that's wonderful that you got some resolution, at least I'm part of it, and that's great. CSEA, thank you for sharing because that was great to hear and delineating all of those positions out there that absolutely are the backbone of the district. I couldn't do my job when I was working in the district without all of my people. And you surround yourself with greatness, and you end up having a much better chance, at doing a good job. So I appreciate that as well. And I know I probably forgot somebody, but
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge our Black History Month. I thought it was the best one yet, and there's so much going on in our district. Obviously, our student equity and access and outcomes department did an amazing job, and also all of our site leaders in coordinating all the activities. And there was too much to go to, so it was wonderful. And now we get to move into Women's History Month, so we get to do it all over again. Great. And I do want to acknowledge the Promise Academy. Sometimes Promise Academy and the work they do can be overlooked, and it's so valuable and so important with some of our most vulnerable children. So I appreciate everything that Westgate and LB do for our kids in our district. And then I just want to acknowledge our unions, both TAL and CSEA, for the wonderful work they do with our students. We look forward to finishing our negotiations.
First, I'd like to start off by acknowledging again the Black Knowledge Bowl and Jamal Brown. He does just a wonderful job at being able to bring us as well as Hispanic Knowledge Bowl. If you have never been out to one, you really need to come out and see what these kids do, what they have to learn, and just everything. The effort that they put in is amazing, and it's a volunteer effort. Congratulations to Payu for winning their first place, middle school. Awesome, putting yourself on the map. So I hope that we look forward to you guys having the second year. El Dorado, of course, is trying to hold the reins. So I hope that Sunnydale, come on, you got to get them next year. Right? I mean, it was amazing. We really didn't know who won. We counted the score up 4 times just to make sure. So it was amazing if you weren't there. Congratulations to Josh with Aces on your award. Job well done. Miss Westlake, again, amazing. Thank you for everything that you and your staff do, the difference that you make with each and every student, each and every parent. Again, being a parent of a kid with autism, no one really understands what it means when your child is nonverbal for 4 years or 5 years, and being able to have that sort of support. There's someone there understanding you, walking you through it, in every single accomplishment. It's just a milestone that you never thought could occur. So thank you for what you do. Continue doing what you do. Everything matters. Maria, as usual, Excellent. Job well done. I know you love questions, but you do such a phenomenal job at just simplifying everything. So, and you read our faces, so you know when we need a little more information. Thank you. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Often, I think that people don't truly understand the work that goes into it. I think a lot of times the figures can be overwhelming and complicated, but our unions, our CSEA, our TAL, without the phenomenal job that you do, we wouldn't be able to keep giving the raises, even though they may not be what everyone wants at that time. But just being able to know that we can continue to keep our schools open, that we can continue to not have to lay people off and not lose teachers and our valuable classified staff. It couldn't be possible without you. So thank you, please. Ms. Cindy Queen, please send me an invitation to when you're going to do that. You said Desert View will be the next location. I want to know the time. I can't wait to actually see the students do it. It looks amazing. Thank you. Appreciate your presentation as well. CSEA, we hear you. We hear you and we understand. And we're working very hard to get everyone where they're going to be comfortable and happy. We hope that you have the patience with us, to try to get you guys where you need to be. It may take time. Right now, the climate is bad. The state is not giving us what we'd like to have. So we're doing the very best we can. And we hope that the negotiations will go in a positive way that will keep you guys very happy and at least, begin to work towards something that's going to make you very comfortable. We do understand and we do respect the fact that without you, our teachers couldn't do what they need to do. Our parents couldn't have the support that they needed. Our schools wouldn't run the way they need to run. We do understand that we are not the only ones here and that we wouldn't have our jobs if you weren't doing your job. So we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you have to share, and thank you for representing your union and your appreciate it. As usual, Gina, same thing to you. Our teachers need you. Thank you for everything you do also. As Dr. Marietti said, it's Women's History Month. So I can't wait to get out to the schools. You guys know I like to pop up. So I can't wait to see what you're going to do and what you're going to offer me to come and join in color like I did at Sierra Art Show last week. It was awesome. I sat there and colored my little superhero. So we do have a couple events coming up. I think Monta Vista tomorrow is doing a read. Endeavor has a community dance going on, and Nancy Corey has a literacy day. So if you're not busy, come on out, join us. Other than that, thank you guys so much for coming out. Appreciate everything. Appreciate you guys coming out. And Carla, you gotta stop meeting like this. I meet her everywhere. She's awesome. Thank you so much. It's awesome. And with that, we are going to adjourn at 7:46 p.m. Can I get a motion?
I'll move.
Motion by Mr. Giles, second by Mr. TP. All in favor? I'm sure there's no questions. Motion passes. Good night.